call this meeting to order. This is a special meeting of the Utica Common Council. It is Monday, February 9th, 6:03 p.m. Just to note, our council president is unable to attend, so I'll be conducting tonight's meeting. First, clerk, can you please call the roll?
Aiello, Irvin, Beatrice, Wazlewski, Klaus Motessa, Domenico, Bitar, all present.
Thank you. Let's please rise for Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of silence for deceased members of the council.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, so like we mentioned, this is a special meeting. The agenda item tonight is to discuss ski rates. So we have a proposed piece that has been submitted. We can open this up to discussion if anyone would like to speak on it first here.
Well, we could go around.
Sure. Shall we? Shall I take off, Mr. President?
We could start with Councilwoman Aiello, first word here.
Yeah, I really like the fees that were submitted, and I'm very much for them. You know, we've been in talks of what the rest of the year looks like just for March and February of this year, and I wrote up, I think I'd like us to consider passing these, but with an amendment at the end of this saying no fees established by this ordinance shall be charged or collected at Valbiella ski area during the remainder of the 2025 to 2006 ski season ending on March 31st. So I will vote for this, but I would also like to vote for the amendment to add that. Just, I think it's brand new, something for everybody to celebrate in the city. And, you know, a lot of the equipment's new. There's maintenance issues we might run into when people already bought a pass, and there's things that we could troubleshoot in the meantime. And I just think it's an opportunity for us to kind of have the best of both worlds. So that's what I'm hoping for tonight, but I'll let you have the floor. Thank you.
The only thing I have is, Commissioner Short, can you guys kind of explain like how you've gotten to this point of being able to open it up, what the cost is, what they've incurred going up to this point, and how we plan on moving forward from there?
Before we do that, if I may, just can I get a motion to introduce proposed ordinance number 1, just so we could open this up?
Sure, I'll make a motion.
Second? Okay. Commissioner Short?
So, several years ago, we had the opportunity of getting a state grant through Councilwoman Button-Shawn. And it was a $2 million grant for snowmaking and to upgrade the chairlift. We looked at that for a year, trying to figure out how we accomplish it. We finally implemented a plan. Back in November of this year, we started construction on such a plan. As of now, all the work has been completed, and we now have snowmaking for the first time in probably 10, 15 years.
Dave, can you actually explain like what the process was? Because I know that there was a lot of construction that went on, and it was a very tedious project.
It
and
was.
Kind of why we started a little later than what we originally planned.
So about 6 or 7 years ago, I seeked out someone to give me an idea what it would cost to put snowmaking on that hill. We've talked about it for years, but you know, it was a big ticket item, so nobody wanted to touch it, which is understandable. I sat down with an engineer who does snowmaking systems all over the world. What he came up with seemed to be pretty reasonable, so I sat on it, and then when this grant became an opportunity, I had something already halfway done. We tried to do a lot of that in-house with our city engineering department and myself. And we did quite a bit within the city itself. It got to the point with where we had to have engineering designs done by engineers. We had to seek out professionalism to complete that task. It would have been great if we could have started in July, August, but it just didn't happen that way. So the challenges were working in a winter environment, trying to get this project done. And we wanted to get it done, the initial date was December 31st. That was our target. December was a little bit more snowy than usual that we've experienced, and we had some delays. So it pushed us back into January. We set the date of the end of January because we wanted to make sure we're going to be open for winter break for school. in February. I think we've completed that task, and now we have snowmaking for Val by Alice.
So, based on the rough schedule and everything that's been submitted to us, you're at like a $63,000 deficit to be able to put this up and running.
That's only if
That's if you
we charge $20 at 100 people per day.
Right.
Right.
Starting when? So is that the beginning of the, is that the beginning of the snowmaking year, or is that like where we're at now?
So this looks like what it is for a 16-week season.
So that would be starting this Friday.
Okay.
That was
Right.
that was the thought,
Well,
starting this Friday.
This, what they have is for a 16-week season.
Right.
What you have in front of you, it's for, yeah,
That's a full season.
that's for a full
16 weeks would
season.
be a full
Right.
season.
At $63,000.
That's if at average ticket cost of $20.
Okay.
Right.
The deficit would be $63,720.
Now, the one question I have also is, do you have people ready to staff this in order to open up?
We do.
Okay.
We do. We're having our first orientation this Wednesday. We have a number of individuals that are going to be there, and they'll be our lift attendants, our lift operators. We already have ski patrols set up, which was a big stumbling block for us for years,
100%.
not having ski patrol.
So how are you doing the ski patrol? Is that done through the fire department? Is that done like a combination of both? Because I saw that they went through some training and stuff
We
like that
have,
as
we
well.
have two, well, three.
We have 3 permanent ski patrol people for us the rest of this season, in conjunction with the backup of UFD, if we have to do an evac. That was part of the state's requirement.
Right.
We also have a backup generator to help us get people off the lift, but if that all fails, then we have to do the evac with UFD.
They're paid.
This season right now, no. They're sort of feeling us out to see how serious we were. We started this exercise several years ago with ski patrol, and it didn't work out 100%.
So the people that are on.
No, go ahead. The only thing that I was gonna say is that there's definitely gonna be an operational cost for us to jump into this.
Yes, there will be.
Whether it's
Right now.
2 weeks, 2 months, like there is definitely a possibility.
Yes.
Now, the one question I have is, are we budgeted for that through the Parks Department to be able to handle that?
That's the thing, I mean, it's, with the people we hire, I don't think fully, depends on the hours, but, I mean,
We're close.
we're close,
So let
so
me
it's
ask you a
gonna
question.
cost us something in the end.
Do you have like an issue charging people to actually go to the ski chalet? Whether it's minimal, whether it's whatever the mayor proposed, whatever we counter propose, like,
Whenever I can go, I mean, if anybody else wants to call, because I might take a while.
and that's it, and then I'll.
All right.
Well,
I wanna,
I thought we were going around the room to see
Yeah.
what
If
everybody.
you don't
Hold on,
mind, if
and
you
then
don't
I'll
mind
talk.
finish answering
Can we do
that.
that?
All right, hold on. Apologize.
Yeah, if you don't mind, can you please
So,
answer
wait,
that
hold
question?
on.
'Cause that was just my.
Councilwoman
actually
Testa, hold
thought.
on, hold on.
Thank you.
All right, Commissioner LeConte, you have the floor, go ahead.
Thank you.
okay, so say it again, I'm sorry.
I said, do you have, like, with the cost associated with that?
Yes.
Is there a problem you charging people in order to be in attendance at the ski chalet in order to make up for the operational costs?
I say no, I don't mind charging, and again, I'll stop there and then explain why after you guys go around.
No.
I don't wanna take up too much time.
No, but I'd
Am I
rather
good
have
or
you
terrible?
explain that, because I think that that's a big component of.
So we
my
offer everything in the city that we do at the Youth Bureau for free, okay, in the rec center. Every program we do, yes, it's free, okay, but that's all for, yeah, the inner city kids. Every, like skate, okay, for example, everybody said, well, we shouldn't charge anyway, we're not allowing kids to go skate. I've worked with 7 agencies up to this point, and we've scheduled days and times for them to come at 0 cost, including the Utica City School District that had a field trip there at 0 cost. So it's not like we're not doing these things and offering things for free. I've always been a proponent of having a price point, because when we did have, whatever you want to call it, complimentary or free for that week, I'm not gonna lie, it was chaotic. And what it turned into was, we didn't have enough skates, which we usually do, and we tried to do like 45 minutes on and then the next person go, and then it turned into people getting upset and saying, you know, we're terrible because we're not letting them skate for, well, now we got 20 people waiting on the side. With the skiing thing, and I understand we are working with the Proctor Ski Club in Mark Mullen, and he's also gonna come in, potentially purchase skis or bring skis in to allow certain kids to come with them and show them how to ski. Now, he's not gonna bring them up to the top of Big Val, he's gonna go on the bunny hill or the tow rope hill, and that part where you can actually walk up and ski down. That's all gonna be free. Any kids in our rec club program, they're gonna be free. We actually had some snowboards and skis left over from the Wattis grant. Now, I know your question is gonna be, well, why can't we rent those out? We can't rent those out because we're not certified to actually make sure those are safe to use after every use. Maybe next year, as the mayor did mention, we could RFP with like Play It Against Sports, and they can bring in their equipment and we can rent out the skis through them, which would be, because we're not equipped to do that. I don't know how to set a binding. I don't know how to make sure it's safe. We don't have staff on that can do that. And if we did, we'd have to hire somebody. It'd cost us $30 an hour to hire that person to come in just to, and it's a whole project. You have to have the machine, you have to have all kinds of equipment to do that. So that's one positive, that the ski club's gonna come in. I agree with some sort of price point, and Katie, I see where you're coming from, but I just think it turns into a public safety problem if we're offering it for free. Now, what also is gonna happen is, they're gonna come into the ski chalet, they're gonna use the bathroom, we're gonna go through 5 extra cases of toilet paper, 5 extra cases of paper towel. We're gonna have to have people clean up daily, after, before, during, after. It's gonna cost us overtime. That person's gonna have to stay longer. And I'm not saying the place is gonna be turned upside down, but 3 or 4 chairs are gonna get broken. So now I got broken chairs. Now I have to possibly replace those chairs. So there's a lot of other things that come into it. And those chairs aren't broken because someone's slamming them down. These kids set their snowboards, or they're putting their boot up and the boot gets caught. Last year we had a few chairs broken. It's common. We understand those things are gonna happen. But it's all costs that are gonna incur to the rec department / youth bureau that really potentially we don't totally have. So now it kind of puts me into a little bit of a bind, because now I have to pay for this extra stuff. And that toilet paper and paper towel we get at a discounted rate, but it still ain't cheap. So that's what I got. If anybody else has any other questions after that, feel free.
No, thank you. And with that, we could pick up Councilman Irvin. Any questions or comments based on any of this or anything else here?
I haven't really been thinking about it that much. I'm still looking at it. So you're saying that how much longer do you think the season's going to start right now? Because it's almost the middle of February. So what do we got, like maybe 2 months, month and a half, 2 months?
We have 6 full weeks.
I think we have a good solid 6 weeks to go.
Uh-huh.
Also remember, now we have snowmaking capabilities.
Mhm.
So I can help extend that.
If you haven't been
Yeah, we, about 2.5 weeks ago, we had some snow. We went up and we groomed it so that we had a base. Since then, we've had a little bit, and now, last Thursday, we made snow for 16 hours. And we got some good piles. We're starting to spread it and groom it around, so we have something to ski on now.
They spread it, so they let it set from Thursday
Yes.
to today. And that pile looked just as big, and it spread really good and really nice, and Joe and Dan did it. Both hills look absolutely amazing right now, actually.
I think I went up there and they were actually using a snowmaking machine.
Yes.
I think, what was it, last week or the week before?
Thursday. It was
Last Thursday night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw them doing something up there. I should have got out my car and looked, because I did want to see what was happening, but.
Yeah.
It's quite a sight.
It was actually
Yeah.
pretty cool. So the last time there was snowmaking was when Mark Ford ran the hill, and he had one snowmaker.
He had 3 guns, but he can only afford to make with one gun.
Okay, yeah. And it was the old system in the cellar of the rec center. Well, I say the cellar, the bottom floor, with a motor that putzed out every single time. So this is a whole new.
He had some challenges.
Okay, that's all. That's pretty much what I had, the timeline for it. I know the timeline for starting. I want to kind of know when you guys were planning on
I mean,
ending the season.
I also get it, everyone wants to offer things for free, and coming from me, who offers every program that we have for free, I just think this is coming from me, nobody else. This is not, this is me saying it. Not that anybody put this in my ear. I feel there has to be some sort of price point. But don't forget, like I said, I'm offering things to all people in an agency and or kids that are in our programs, they're not gonna pay. But I mean, putting it out there that everybody doesn't have to pay, I think it just turns into a public safety issue.
Okay, thank you.
Councilman Beatrice?
Yes. So this is basically, I'm gonna open to the floor just to talk to you guys, and you guys can butt in too. So it's my understanding that no matter what we charge here, the city is gonna probably lose money on doing this. This is more of, what's the word I wanna use? Something for quality of life for our people to have, just the way we have a golf course, we have ski hill, we have
3 pools.
parks, pools, all that stuff. So we're not, no matter what we come up to charge, it's not here to make money. It's what we want to do by charging is just to put us in a range that we're not losing $300,000-$400,000 and it, hits our budget. Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah, I would say that's true.
Okay.
I mean,
so,
I wouldn't say 400,000.
well, no, I'm using.
It's not a revenue
Yeah.
generator.
No, I'm saying it's not a revenue generator.
Yeah.
It's more of quality of life issue for our people.
Yes.
Okay? So, I also look at this right now with all these different season passes, all this stuff, and they all look good. But with 6 weeks to go, okay, to me, I would like to see it streamlined and simple, okay? I wouldn't have a problem with, in the beginning, for the first 2 weeks of February, even if you did, it's a brand new thing, if you didn't charge. And then you went through, for the end of March, if you said $25 for a non-city resident, $20 for a city resident, okay? Not if you're there for an hour or if you're there for the whole day, okay? So now, by the end of March, okay, we kind of have an idea of who's going to use it and what kind of people we're going to have. We're going to, the amount of people. We're going to be able to iron out any glitches we have. And then I would like to go back and look at this, say if we had a meeting like in June or even July, and we go through all the stuff that was on the books and come up with season passes, come up with all the different stuff that's here. My next question is, and I'm not sure who can answer this, okay? Does the council have the right to charge the prices, or is it the mayor? So I know, I know there's been a lot of slack the last week or so. We had this memo last week, that's why we called this. Those weren't the prices, they were suggested by him on what to charge. Now we come here today, okay, and we look at this, and then I see an email today again with prices. So are we wasting our time here? I know in our charter, the prices in the charter were never updated since 1964, okay? But yet, 10 or 12 years ago on the other administration, they came in and just started charging different prices. So am I correct in saying that?
You are correct.
Okay.
So, but maybe, I think Mark Ford's price, he was 15, so that's when the difference came in price,
Yes,
right?
well, right before Mayor Hannah left, we went from $5 to $10 across the board.
For day, whether it was 4 hours or for the.
Didn't matter, it was $10 the full day. Then, after that, we had 2 or 3 different private vendors that had contracts with the city to take over the hill, and they charged different things per.
First one was 12, then Mark Ford, the latest one was 15. And
That was what, 12 years ago?
No,
2019.
7?
Yeah.
Or 17.
17. And then after he left, we went right back to the $10.
Which was in the charter. So he could charge what he wants because we leased it out to him essentially.
We
It was contracted.
we contracted it out for him to
But do
run.
we have, as the council has the right
Yeah.
to make the prices?
We are the only ones.
We are the only.
Just
one
who can
that
set the fees.
prices.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
we weren't the only ones because it was set by the previous.
No, so I
administration
agree, the
before
previous administrations did it wrong. Absolutely, that was
that.
the wrong way
Alright,
for
This is why we're here tonight, to set those fees.
So.
Right, I think we agree.
I'm just asking to you guys to look at this. We could sit here all day and talk about this whole thing, and there's a lot of good prices, and I don't disagree.
So
with
Joe, on
that
that
at
first,
all.
on that first page, from February 14th to the 22nd, all lift tickets are $20 and the tow rope is 10. So you can go on that tow rope
Right.
for 8 hours for
Right.
$10, okay? Children 5 and under are free. You can go on the ski hill for 8 hours for $20.
Right.
I don't see how that's a
No,
problem.
I agree with you. I'm just saying in the beginning
Yeah.
for 2 weeks, you know, and you made a good point about when you did stuff free, it turned into chaos, and we don't wanna start right off the bat
I
in
mean,
chaos. But it would be
When it's
nice-
advertised for free, so listen to me, when it's advertised for free and it's all over the place and people
Right.
share free, they bring, everybody brings, you know, they're calling their aunts, their uncles, and everybody's, you know, calling their brother and like, hey, let's come down and ski for free. It's just, it's,
Right.
you know,
So-
we're gonna offer it for free, but it's gonna be to the people, these agencies that I know are gonna come in and be able to bring 5 or 6 kids, and they're gonna say, hey, you know, they're gonna call us and be like, yep, bring them in from this time to this time, and you're going for
And
free.
my skating was different because we had the opportunity to rent
Rent
skis to
skis.
somebody. We
What,
don't have.
all I'm trying to say,
rents.
all I'm trying to say to all my colleagues here, to do this right now, I just think we should just keep it simple. One flat rate, we come to it right now, and then when this is over, we go through and have a meeting, say in June or whenever this ends, and go through all this. What are we gonna charge for a season pass? That's
So
my
Councilman
only
Beatrice,
thinking.
I have no problem having this legislation stay in committee or making an amendment that it's not effective immediately. We
Right.
wait until, you know, the start of the new season before these rates go into effect and kind of use the baseline of the easier.
Right, and I
component of
def-
whatever.
And
the
I
mayor
definitely
presented
do
today.
think, listen, I definitely do think the residents of the city should get, even if it's $5, should get some sort of a discount versus the people that aren't in the city. That's the way it always was. I do think that. That's why I would think if you did $25 and then $20 for city residents, no matter if it was all day or 4 hours. The lift is running regardless if, you know, it's just my opinion.
So before we turn it over to Councilwoman Wazlewski, I know we're keeping in mind, this is an ordinance we're seeing tonight for the first time, so if it's not unanimous, it will be defeated, and what's currently on the books will remain on the books. I just want to note that for everyone. It does have to be unanimous out of the first vote here. Councilwoman Wazlewski?
Okay, there, you're good.
So can you explain that a little? So that would, so the price would be what's actually,
On the books now.
what's on the books now, which is $10 a day?
Which,
Which is. the
it's
old-
very similar for residents. The only thing that I adjusted was the residents and the
Right.
non-residents.
So if we
What's
don't-
on the books now
if
is
our
more
bill
like
does not
$5
go
a day.
through here,
Right, but
it's gonna go
they never
through-
charged
it's
that.
gonna-
That was
it's
from
gonna be what the old
1964.
one is.
But that's legally what's on the books. and
Right, but
that's-
that's from 1964.
They just
and
did
we-
it, but that wasn't the way
But
legally.
till we
it was.
change it, that's what the rates are gonna be.
We obviously can't control what past administrations have done or did, whether it was contracted out or handled within the city, but what we have in front of us is the numbers and the dollar amounts that are currently on the books and in the code, and that's what we're working with, whether or not something was overlooked in the past or
So
whatnot.
last year, Mark Ford did not run the ski chalet, and we actually did the same thing. So can you explain that last year? Because my son went skiing at the ski chalet, and how did that work out? Like.
Last year, with the city charged $10.
Right. So it literally
We
happened
only-
last year.
Well,
We
that was
only
what the-
had-
that's what the
No,
code
but
says
that's
anyway.
what we did, and that's, so whether you go by what I submitted or what's on the books, it was still $10.
We only had the tow rope last year, don't forget
Yes.
that.
Right.
100%.
But neither of those numbers you just said is what's on the books. That's all.
Katrina, I totally understand that.
Samantha?
I'm well
But that's
aware,
like what
I'm well
the
aware
number's
of what
gonna
you're
be.
saying.
I just
But
want people to listen.
we didn't adjust any of the rates last year in the mayor, and it wasn't outsourced. That's what we charged. So the same thing he submitted now is the same thing that we did last year, and people still skied, and we still charged them that same price.
It was just a total.
Well, the mayor can't unilaterally just make it $35 if he wants to with it. That's what this is
Not
for.
just the toll roll. I mean,
Yeah,
they
I
just
disagree
told
with the
you that they-
$35.
That's,
I mean, I don't think we should leave it be that.
Let's,
I think it
let's
should be
con-
one flat rate.
Can I have my time
Let's
now?
continue on.
Thank you.
Councilwoman,
I gotta go.
Councilwoman
Well,
Wozzowski,
I
go
know.
ahead.
Technically,
Yeah, I know, yeah, I started.
technically, I wasn't done. That's fine.
So you stopped. So, first of all, it's great that we have a ski hill open again. It's been a long time, but first of all, Sam, thank you for the legislation. It is great. I do like the numbers on there. I do feel that it would be nice. I understand that you offer free to organizations and people in the youth group, and that's amazing. And you do great work where you are there, but that's not the whole city. So it's hard for we to pick and choose who can go for free and who can't. So that's something that I think about. But I think also that we are forgetting that there are people who have never been able to have accessibility to skiing in the city. And we are making it into a luxury when we put high prices like the mayor is proposing on there. And we're saying to the community that you're not welcome here because you can't afford it. $20 is a lot of money. So if you have one parent and 4 kids, what is that? It's $80 for a family to go on a small ski hill in the city of Utica to ski on a tiny little mountain.
But if those people don't know how to ski, they're not going to.
But
have
not
that.
really. You're not thinking ahead. If you think ahead to organizations that we could partner with that would have skis accessible to the community, there are organizations that would probably work with us that would offer skis and do that. We're not thinking ahead.
No, we did. You didn't hear what I said?
Yeah,
So
organizations that would go that.
No. The Proctor Ski Club is gonna come in and he's potentially gonna bring skis and have
Potentially.
have that. No, so I mean, we're supposed to sit down with him tomorrow at 3:30.
Okay.
So that's Mark Mullen from Proctor. He's a teacher at Proctor. Him and his wife run the ski club. Right now, they go to Woods Valley, and they pay to go there.
Yeah.
So
Which is
he's
about $180.
Which is great. I would
he's-
love to
he's
see.
offering us to give us.
No, I would love to see
Yeah.
kids, but those kids.
No, it's not just kids. He's gonna. From what it sounds like, his email saying he's gonna do it and have those kids help out many people. Like
Okay.
whoever comes with the.
Well, when I
ski.
see that, then I'll understand it.
Yeah, so.
So I don't
we're
see it
doing-
in front of me yet.
We're
So.
meeting with him tomorrow
Okay.
to iron out all the details, to figure it all out, to see what he can offer us, but that is potentially gonna happen.
So what I like is I like the legislation that Sam's has, but I would also like to have maybe the first week for free during winter break, so kids have the opportunity to come out there and ski. I'll pay for your 5 rolls of toilet paper, if you want me to.
It's gonna be 5 cases.
But whichever. But I think that it would be nice as a grand gesture and open to the city that we at least offer this to everybody to try it. We're not saying for the whole year or moving forward free all the
For a
time.
week, you're saying?
For spring, for winter
Listen,
break.
ultimately, it's not my decision by
Yeah.
any means. I'm just gonna do, and you guys know, I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do to, myself, Dave, and that staff over there, and everybody we got, we're gonna do the best we can do to make it amazing, no matter what
I know
it
you
is.
will.
Yeah,
I
we're
know you
gonna
will.
do What, where, when, why,
Chet,
and
we know
how.
you will. We know
I'm
you
just-
will.
I'm just here, just, you know.
But
letting
I
you know
don't
how
think
I
we should
feel.
do one flat rate. I think we should start with rates and go from there. I don't think we should rehash this until coming close to next, the end of the year, the new ski season coming up.
We can always amend it.
That's what I think. But I just want to make sure that when we are talking about pricing, for example, ice skating, I know what you say, and I know you guys, this has been we've talked about this a lot. But $5 to ice skate, $5 to rent. That's $10 for one person to come skiing. So that, for me though, I know what you're doing over there, but
Like, we've had a very successful rate at the rates that.
but
we've
we
had.
are not opening it up to the rest of the city.
We are though.
We are.
Yeah.
When organizations come in, but there's a lot of families who aren't part of the youth bureau or
They
part of
are.
certain.
Have you-
Heather.
How many
Heather,
people come on, that have gone and commented on things that say it's too expensive for them to take their family?
and I think you're
About
not
the-
asking
about
free
Formation,
forever. You're
when
asking
it's
for it for 6
$69
weeks.
for a
Yeah.
It's just an entry.
No, no,
That's
so
I'm not-
fine.
she said the ice skating.
So Sam, she
We
said-
also, listen, I know that there's, people know who we are, what we do. When they come there, they know, they see
But not-
myself, they see my daughter.
I agree
Here,
with
listen,
you.
hear me
This
out.
isn't about a you.
I've probably
a you
let
thing. This is about them.
20 families go for free ice skating, easily. those
Yeah, but
20
you get to pick and choose those
No,
people.
I don't pick and choose anybody. We know, and those 20 families told 10 families and told somebody else. They come to us and they're, oh, hey, so-and-so, I'm getting a phone call at 7 o'clock at night and saying, hey, Chet, so-and-so's here, said that you let their family 4 in for free. Can you let them in for free? Absolutely. Now Cece knows at this
But we're
point
picking
that-
and choosing.
No, I'm not picking and choosing anybody.
So anybody can line up for a day and come there and say, I want to skate
If
for
we
free?
know-
I'm just
If we
saying.
know that they can't afford it,
Or just $5.
absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely, we do, and that's, I'm not
Okay.
picking and choosing like, oh,
And
Sam
there's
can't go
fees,
for
too.
free, but Heather can. If I know if somebody asks and they ask to go, we're letting them go. We're letting them go because we know, we know who needs it and who doesn't. When the father pulls up in an Escalade with 7, kids coming out of there, and we know they're dressed to the nines, and he's got his Rolex on, and we know that we're not charged. I mean, he's charged. He's being charged. But when we see the family walking up the parking lot, walking from up Elm Street, we know instantly we're letting those people in for free. You know what I mean? So that price point is just there. We've probably let more people skate for free than we have charged. I swear.
No,
swear.
I know, I hear you, but I still think it, in my mind, we charge a lot.
Argument on the golf course.
They have a commission.
How come the golf course, you gotta pay? How come nobody talks about kids go golfing for free and you can't afford it in club? I mean, I just don't understand the whole concept there. I really don't. I mean, obviously, we don't wanna.
The goal is just to think about the people in the community who don't have
Right, we do
access.
though,
We
all the
do.
time. He just said it to you. I mean.
I didn't say he doesn't, that's not what I'm
No,
saying.
I know what you're saying, I understand that, but I do, we do, and maybe
That's
there's a
not-
few
I
people
don't
that
think
fall
Chet
through the
does.
crack that won't come, but they call us all the time asking if they can bring their 4 or 5 kids, people that we don't even know. And then, most of the time, they're getting dropped off, they're taking Uber there, we made the right decision, they
Yeah,
called the rec
that's,
center.
and I'm happy that you do that.
Yeah.
I am.
So that's like, there's people called daily down there, that now the word's out there that we kind of do and will. So a lot of the inner city families know to call us and call the rec center and say, hey, can we bring them at 5 o'clock? And we'll say, absolutely, bring them at 5 o'clock.
Okay, but I feel
promise
like
you.
that a lot of people aren't aware of that, that's all. I mean, we're in a city of 60,000 people.
Yeah.
So not everybody knows that you do what you do
Yeah.
and what you offer. So that's why I would feel that that price is high for the ice skating rink. I'm just adding that in with everything else.
Gotcha.
But yep, I'm good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Councilwoman Testa?
Nope.
Councilman Lomarico?
Thank you. Thank you. It's backwards. When it's off, it's on, and when it's on, it's off. You were saying that this gentleman, the Utica Ski Club is bringing in skis?
So potentially, we've got to talk to him tomorrow. He sent us some ideas in email, and I don't want to overspeak, but he did mention that he has ways to possibly bring them in and take the skis we have and get them looked at, making sure they're safe to potentially use those also if he wants to do some sort of little ski program and help us out so that his kids are either offered it for free or discounted rate for the following year because they'd be skiing on that hill all year. Instead of going to Woods Valley, they'd come to us.
Right. Well, I'm just piggybacking off what you had said earlier, Jeff, is if we do it and we don't know how to set skis for these kids.
Yeah.
And make sure that the bindings are gonna release.
Yeah.
So if this gentleman from the Proctor Club comes in and are they gonna come after us if the skis bindings don't work and somebody gets hurt?
Yeah, potentially. I mean, those are things that we have to, that's way beyond my,
Well, I'm just
pay grade.
getting at, I think we might be shooting ourselves in the foot
Well,
until we work something
No,
out.
if he's running it through his program and just not, I mean, they're not going to the top of the hill. I'm sure his training program, whatever he does, he's going to bring in stuff that's safe already.
Well, I think it's wonderful that he's doing it, but we might want to get a reading from our corporation counsel on that to make sure that.
Absolutely.
That is something that we can do, and I think it's a wonderful idea. But that's something that we, you we should probably talk to council on that and see, do they need to sign off on some type of form where if I get hurt on these skis or something like that. I'm a little concerned on that. If we're gonna be bringing in an organization that's giving skis out and they're not quite up, they're not set for that particular person.
Well, just like anything, Jack, I mean,
No, I mean,
jump
you
in the
know-
pool off the side and a kid slips and bumps his head, which happens every year. I mean, they can say that that's not safe, you know what I mean?
So if we're giving,
Yeah.
I mean, I've rented skis before.
Yeah.
But I've also signed waivers on it as well as when I signed, is when I rent skis out. So I think you need to look at that.
Listen, like I said, we haven't even met with them yet, so we don't
Right.
know what's gonna happen. Nothing even down on paper other than a few emails back and forth.
Right, and I appreciate what Katie said, and I appreciate what Heather says, and I also appreciate what Councilman Testa has to say here today on this. And I just think it's a great idea that, you know, the first week that it's open, we invite all the city residents, and I'm just saying city residents could come in and ski for free for 1 week. I think that's the week that all the kids are gonna be off from school. Are you gonna get inundated? I don't know. I was told that, well, there's not that many kids that ski anymore. Is that true? I mean, I don't know. Will we gonna get inundated, or, because it's a week that the only people that are gonna come are the kids that have skis already anyway, so you're not gonna be, it's not like we're running skates and there's 8,000 people coming down, they're gonna run skates. They're gonna have skis already, and I think it'd be something, you know, really well, it'd just be, I think, a nice touch for the city. Come on, take a look at what we've done for you. We're gonna give you a week free, and then after that, then you have to pay, and I think Samantha's rates are right on for what we're
I
looking at.
didn't see those, I didn't.
It's literally an updated thing from 1964 to where we are now. I mean, it's nothing's changed other than the fact that it's city residents and non-city residents.
You got one for him?
And I submitted that, but
So,
I think that the point is, what are we doing here now?
Well,
Like, what
I
is,
mean,
what are you
okay,
trying to
this-
accomplish?
so-
If I may have the
so-
floor also.
Because there
I
is
still-
no
I still have
other,
the floor.
there is no other legislation though,
I still-
Jack. So like,
I was gonna make an
I
amendment.
wanted to put an amendment to.
you're not putting an amendment to my piece of legislation, so you have to submit a new piece. Because I'm
Okay.
not willing to amend it, and
I
it has
have
to
that
be
ready right now.
unanimous.
I can submit our our ordinance.
Hold on,
We can
hold
take
on.
this and
Councilman,
put an amendment on it.
Councilman Lomedico, you still have the floor? Any
So
more
what-
questions?
Katie, if you would like to write up a new one,
Here it is.
a proposed ordinance on this, that would,
Pretty sure that we have.
now this has to sit for, it's an ordinance, does it have to sit for a week?
It doesn't have to sit, it doesn't have to be tabled, it's not a local law. It will have to be unanimous the first time voted on, unless it goes to committee.
Well, here's the issue.
Then it can be
If
brought
it's
out.
not unanimous.
I'm not
then-
voting for
Yeah.
it,
then
because I
we're
think that
just-
you just had somebody from the youth bureau and somebody from the parks department.
And I just had a couple
explain
questions.
everything to you on how they feel based on what's going on, that,
Well, then we're just gonna go with the old, what's in there then, and that's what they're gonna have to charge them. If we can't agree on it, we just have to take a look at what the old, can you read what? Can you read-
This makes difference, we also
If I
our-
can have the floor one, I think it'll add to our conversation.
All right, go ahead, Katie.
Since it was,
Councilman Aiello, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr.
Sorry.
President Pro Tem. One of the things I wanted to ask is, I heard the mayor said on the radio that we got donations for ice skating. How were those utilized? Have we utilized them already?
Yes, I mean, we've utilized, like I said, there's so many people that we offer for free, we're way beyond that.
So it just goes to
Well,
whatever
that-
general fund is of
which-
what?
Which money are you talking about?
I know there were two, I just didn't know in
We've
which
gotten-
ways.
I
Three now.
have gotten a $200 one and a $300 one, that's all I've got.
Oh, I've heard significantly more with other
Yeah,
ones. so
that
that's,
money hasn't even been sent in yet.
Okay, that helps with that one.
As far as I know, I could be wrong, I didn't hear that they got it, Dave, did you?
I think they're still trying to meet with them to discuss what's possible with the
Where that
So
stands.
from what I understand is some of the money, I could be wrong, was for skates, for more skates, so that we could potentially, the days that we do offer for free or when, like next.
So you
next-
have-
Next.
So then they
year-
don't have to pay skate rentals?
I don't know if that's, again.
Or more ice,
Maybe-
I just don't want it to be more ice skates for the city. Like, I feel like donations are meant to cover the cost for the people, not to shave off costs for the city. That's not a you thing that I'm taking at, I was just,
Well, no,
that's why I was
so
asking.
I think some of the money was potentially for skates because we run out a lot here. So when we did Skate with Santa, and we did it free for those 3 days, we were out of skates constantly. We couldn't keep up with it. So I think those skates would potentially help that out.
And if I, thank you for that. The last thing I wanted to add, here's my thing. Obviously, I propose legislation that just allows it to be free for the 6 weeks that are coming. And a big reason I'm a proponent of this is, we talked about any potential maintenance issues that are happening. Also, it's just a time to celebrate. I think it's great marketing. You get people in and try it for the first time. They might try it if it's free. They might not if it's paid. But I understand your things that you brought up. But I also, I know the mayor emailed us his cost analysis 34 minutes before the meeting. I mean, personally, I don't believe them, and there's 2 reasons for that. One is I just did the math based off of, it's very encouraging to hear, running the snow guns for 16 hours, and 4 days later, the snow is still set. I love that. I know it's dependent on weather, but these numbers seem astronomically high expenses-wise, and a reason I also say that is because when we look at the mayor's proposed budget for 2026 to 2027, it's way lower than what I'm seeing on this paper. So I don't know what the costs are. And if we can do this program, we can do it for free. We can see what revenue. Obviously, I propose don't charge right now, only until the end of March. Obviously, you got to charge at some point. But yeah, I propose let's just see what the numbers are. Let's see how much it actually costs, and we have the data. And then maybe we think that these prices that we're about to pass are too low. I don't know. Maybe we think they're too high. At the same time, I think also whatever we collect in 6 weeks won't be a meaningful enough number to compensate for whatever the costs are.
Mr. President, I'd like to bring a motion for ordinance number 1 to come to the floor.
For a vote?
We're
It's
wasting our- we're
introduced,
wasting our time.
we could call it for a vote.
So I would appreciate that. Thank you. So there's my motion. Motion for ordinance number 1 to move to the floor. It's been introduced.
It's been introduced, you guys can vote.
Oh, second.
And you opposed?
I'd like to make a motion to amend the last paragraph.
You gotta take the vote, because we've already had a motion to introduce. Now you have to take a motion to see whether or not you can amend it or not.
Oh, I thought somebody didn't. Nobody opposed.
No, I did.
Oh, she did. Okay.
These are votes for the,
Votes to amend or not.
no, wait, I don't want to amend it. I thought we were voting to it.
Can you reset the vote?
You made a second motion.
Go ahead. What's this vote for?
This is the vote to amend.
Ordinance number 1.
What are we amending?
I would just amend this, the yellow that we had.
We have some people that have.
Somebody didn't vote yet.
Okay.
6 people.
Okay.
There's 6 people.
3 nays,
I vote yes to amend.
3 nays. Go ahead.
So my motion to amend section 3, effective date, let it read, the ordinance shall take effect for the 2026 to 2027 ski season, beginning on November 1st, 2026, and upon filing with the Secretary of State as required by law. No fees established by this ordinance shall be charged or collected at the Val Bialis ski area during the remainder of the 2025 to 2026 ski season, ending on March 31st, 2026.
You haven't got 5 days, you get it.
Even without.
Doesn't make a difference how many people here, you gotta have 5 days. That's 6 people
Call
here.
for a revote if you'd like.
So
Okay.
Katie, if you do it for 1 week, I'll vote for it.
No, he said you have to have 5 in order to pass the ordinance, because that's the whole.
Go ahead.
I just completed reading it while you guys were, you want me to do another one?
Can you call for a revote?
Hold on.
Yeah.
Councilwoman Ayala, could you please reread your proposed amendment?
Yep. Section 3, effective date. This ordinance shall take effect for the 2026 to 2027 ski season, beginning on November 1st, 2026, and upon filing with the Secretary of State as required by law. No fees established by this ordinance shall be charged or collected at the Val Bialis ski area during the remainder of the 2025 to 2026 ski season, ending on March 31st, 2026.
Okay, if you do it for 1 week, I'll do it.
We could have the weather down again, and it just won't be effective. I just don't know, what's the difference of 1 week versus 5 more?
We're making snow.
Yeah, we are, but
Okay.
Is this her legislation?
No, it's mine. They're amending mine.
I'm not.
if it's not unanimous anyway. Do we want to just put this in committee if we all know it's not going past?
And if you say negative, it's dead. Otherwise, it's got to be unanimous vote. Yeah. Right. It already was defeated. So there was two
Councilman Aiello.
The one that's in committee?
So it's not in committee, it was introduced for the meeting tonight by Councilwoman Testa.
This needs a unanimous vote.
You're not talking about
Right.
That's where I'm there.
Unless anything that's new needs a unanimous vote, period. If you are amending something that is in committee, you don't need a unanimous vote. You don't need you do need a unanimous vote to pass any legislation. Now, Ms. Aiello, Councilwoman Aiello, she has this amendment to 218, that has to go in committee. If you want it to be considered, because you can't pass it tonight unless you got 6 votes. 'Cause there's 6
You can
people.
also have legislation fail.
Are you intending to say this is an amendment to the one that's in committee?
There's nothing in committee.
Huh?
There's nothing in committee at this time. But I can,
There is
I
something
can
in
introduce the
committee.
second ordinance into committee.
They never did?
Correct.
Oh, then everything has to be unanimous that you do tonight.
Correct.
So, if you don't have it in the unanimous vote, you might as well go home.
Okay. Can we call for the vote?
All right, so at this point, we have the motion for the amendment. Do we have a second?
Second.
There's 7 total.
That's me, I vote yes to it.
Right.
And,
Defeated.
Councilman
Two
Bichar,
days.
if I may make a motion to introduce ordinance 2 into committee.
Defeated.
We have a motion to commit
Clear the board.
ordinance number 2. Let's back up. All right, so we had the motion to amend pass. Now, to the floor, we have to vote on the amended proposed ordinance, number 1. So we're voting right now, proposed ordinance number 1 as amended.
It's amended. How's it amended to what?
It's, the fees will take place November 1st.
31st. Voluntary.
Defeated.
Two nays defeated.
All right, so that has been defeated. Councilwoman Aiello?
Make a motion to introduce ordinance 2 into committee.
All right, motion to commit
Commit,
ordinance
thank
number
you.
2. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, committed. Any other order of
You gotta
business?
take the votes, because again, it's unanimous.
Any opposed?
Not for introducing into committee.
It most
No, the
certainly
night
is too,
you
because
make,
it's never been introduced to the floor for the first time.
It-
Same thing like you
if
do.
you want to put it into committee, you have to do that at a meeting.
Oh, God.
That's not how it goes.
Okay, it most certainly is
This is
too.
a meeting, so it just
It's
goes
a
to the
special
committee.
council
Okay,
meeting.
all right, so what we have currently on the floor is proposed ordinance number 2. There was a motion to commit. That has been seconded. So now are any opposed to committing ordinance number 2 to committee?
Yes.
All right, so now we'll take a full vote on whether or not ordinance number 2 is committed.
Which one's the number 2?
Two nays. Committed.
So committed.
Motion to adjourn?
Any other order of business? Any other discussions?
Yeah, I would just like to say that what is then passed legally is what's on the books. That is all my 2 cents with that.
All right, so we have, we need a second to adjourn.
So, wait a minute, so what are the prices that are gonna be for the ski then?
whatever's currently on the
Whatever
books.
is the price in the statute is the statute price.
Early in there, correct?
Yes. And yes,
Not
you do-
necessarily what the mayor just proposed.
First of all, you do have the power to
Hold on, we
set
need
the
a,
rates.
we need a motion to reconvene if we're gonna be
And it's in
discussing this.
statute.
Motion to reconvene?
Second to reconvene? Okay.
Heather.
The judge has the floor.
I said that, number one, there was a question raised whether you have the right to do the rates. The answer is yes. It's part of the charter, part of the city. You can't change that. There have been mayors that have done things arbitrarily, thinking they have the power. They don't. That has occurred with the skating rink. But, you know, it was the end of the year and it was a short season and there was no objection. But the reason why these things are in the charter is because they're the history of Utica, and that's how you know, if you want to know what rates are, you just have to ask the city clerk what rates are. It just looks at the book, and the book tells them, because that's the common council's legislative authority. The mayor's authority is to run the place, to get the employees, he'll set the salaries, and determine all of that, and whether they can afford to do it. And then they have to come to common council and see what they want to do with the recreation facility. Like when the pool gets a crack in it, it closes.
The
It
mayor
stays
put set
closed
rate-
until you fix it.
The
So
mayor put set prices
That's
out.
all I have to say. Let's go.
The mayor put set prices out today as a press release. How does that work now? He's still using his own pricing. Is that something we can,
So what we have currently
Yeah.
in section 2-18-58, whatever the rates are in the current code are the statutory rates per the code. That's what we
Okay,
have on the
so then
books.
he needs to put another press release out and change that pricing. And how
Frankly
do
and
we-
respectfully, regardless of any press release, it obviously doesn't supersede what we have on the code in the books, and the current rates that we have are found again,
Okay.
for anyone listening, 2-18-58 are the current ski rates that are currently in full force.
Thank you, President Pro Tem.
got a month left.
Right.
Should have done this last year when we had a lot of snow.
Then let it be free then, for that time.
6 weeks, give them 2 weeks.
Motion to adjourn?
Motion, second to adjourn? All right, we are adjourned. Thank you.